Okay, I've calmed down. I went to the opening of the statue at the VMFA, and I didn't see any of my friends from Creighton or Mosby, so I was like, whew. I mean, they will come. You have to go help them. They don't know where the VMFA is, which is funny because I met a family from China, and they know where it is, and they're from North Carolina. I guess for me, to see the suffering when it doesn't have to be that way. See, it doesn't have to be that way. We have enough communication and interest in finances. And that's the thing. If you want to look at it logically and you're paying for prison and welfare, calculate it. See Virginia or all over the United States. What are you paying for welfare and prisons versus what you would pay for enlightenment, like John Locke, and putting information in the child's brain they're going to need, like swimming. That's a freedom, and if you don't allow them to swim on swim team, that's an oppression. They have 7 city pools. The Gilpin pool's indoor pool's been broken for 3 or 4 years. Nobody stepped in to fix it. And water is peaceful. I would take all the monuments and put them somewhere else in the city, graveyards and stuff like that. But water fountains going down Monument would be more inviting to tourism. So whatever I say, it's like I have a personal investment in children that I've spent time with and families I've spent time with in the projects. And the way to change that is get philanthropy from just your normal person that's got a little bit of education and upper middle class choices of understanding that you have to have a job and you have to train for something to have children. They don't get that. It's just normal to have 4 babies by 4 different women. Well, one breaks up with you, and then another one breaks up with you, and then before you know it, you're on their 3rd family. And then you go to jail for non-child support payment. But just a little bit like Boy Scouts to teach these guys skills that will be helpful to them. I don't know, I think we got 8,000 here in the city of Richmond. It darkens our city to see poor black people that aren't trained for jobs, that are either veterans or on drugs or selling drugs. Or I don't think you understand, Wiley, that you haven't been in the inner city neighborhoods. You saw the monuments, so this was a reaction to the Civil War monuments. But we in Virginia and Richmond right here, and I'm not even going to talk about South Carolina, I don't know. But just in Richmond, we have people being oppressed because of the color of their skin. You just go and help them. You say, hey, man, you're no different than Obama. Come on, he had education. His wife's a Harvard lawyer. We know you're smart. But if you don't get the information and you don't know what's outside Plato's cave or the, let's make a deal, I'm just suggesting it might be less expensive to educate and mentor from the churches. They can do it for free. Take them to play chess. Take them to go fishing, skiing. What if you took a little kid and you really helped out and you took that kid skiing? That would be like a winter time fresh air fund. You get a lot back from doing what they call a grippe, a charity. People don't realize that because they throw a little money in the church plate and they go, well, we've done our part. But you really have to it's always about business, building relationships. Well, how are you going to have a business building relationships with poor African Americans that are kind of living a lot in subsidy after segregation, and they just haven't gotten trained for a job? And they know it's no point in applying for certain jobs because they don't have the training. So why would they try that? And then you put them in fast food or road crew. And I met a guy from the church. He said, well, I have a few working in my warehouse. He said, they're pretty lazy. I said, well, maybe they don't want to be box packers. Maybe you should talk to them and help them reach personal goals and dreams that they may have.